Good morning, guys. Danny here at Partay. So I'm going to show you something real quick here. I want you to see the image settings all the way through. So you can see I'm in reference mode, which is not your brightest mode. It's just the one for color accuracy. You've got brightness at 0, contrast at 0. Let's go through. You've got dynamic black off and brightness mode in eco. Okay. All right. Remote drop. All right, so we're going to show you something. Now what I'm showing you here is that we've got a full 180-degree viewing angle, but I'm also trying to keep it closed in because I want you to see from a point of reference I've got just black fabric around it. And so that's the screen compared to, this is the mix that I gave you yesterday, compared to black. So here's the point. Whenever these displays are done, in most cases, like if you see with that 2500 lumen Casio, that display is done not from 12 feet away as you're being told. If that's the case, I tell you what, if I'm wrong, show us a tape measure, because I bet you that you're 9 to 10 feet away at most. Okay, so at most. But also you notice he does a screen up in the left hand corner that doesn't even fill up the size of that screen, whether it's 80 inches or 100 inches. It doesn't fill up the size of the screen. This is a little bigger screen right now than 100 inches on my wall due to the distance. But just wanted to give you sort of how a frame of reference matters. Now I've got lights on right now, so let's pause that. Okay, and we're going to turn our lights off. Sorry, guys. All right, so let's come back. There we go. Looks fantastic, doesn't it? Right? Black mix, pulling up some white levels. Looks great. Now let's look at it in context with what you're losing. So see, that's why whenever people buy this and they unbox it and they hit it with their projectors, okay, on video you can make it look great, but in context to what you're accustomed to seeing, that's the reason these folks are always so disappointed. Look at how dim this comes out compared to a white wall. This is just a white matte wall, so it'd be essentially a one gain. This would probably be about a 1-1. Doesn't really have much of a sheen to it, but it'd probably be a little brighter than the actual white wall. And I think you can pick up on that a little bit. But once again, my couch. Granted, it's sort of gradiated here because, you know, it slopes backwards. But if you look around this edge rim, it's not totally unbright, right? Let's go back up. Let's do it again. And I want to show you the difference between this kind of black screen and a high performing black screen. Let me get mine to stand up there. So there you go. Now can you tell the difference? See, that's why I say, guys, it's been 11 years. I said 10. I was giving them benefit of the doubt. But it's been 11 years. And that right there is the best that you can get. And he can try to claim that it doesn't bother him, the review. But at the end of the day, guys, why over the past 2 days has he put out almost 5 hours of video ranting and ranting and ranting about how great he is, all the things he's achieved, all the contracts he has, when ain't nobody out there knows who the hell this guy is other than in this little community. Nobody. You don't see his advertisements out there. If he was pulling coin, any smart businessman, if you're pulling coin, you're going to be advertising. You're going to be known. You can't keep greatness a secret for long. You just can't, guys. All right, guys. I'm sorry I had lost this camera that I use here. Only gives me about 5 minutes at a time. So without upgrading to the Pro version. So anyway, what are the key takeaways from all of this? So the key takeaways are this, and this is key, okay? You'll notice in most of Bird's videos, he'll always have a lot of open screen, right? That's as a point of reference, because if he puts his against that black, then it makes the screen look so much brighter, right? If I take away my screen here, you can see. But if I come in here and I only focus any of the image in there, you can see as a point of reference, doesn't look too bad. Looks a little washed out. And that's pretty typical. You'll see whenever, in the latest video, he has one light, one damn bulb up above his head, and 2 windows with curtains. And he's trying to tell you that's a fully lit environment. Okay? So, no. But you can see it in his images that they wash out whenever he turns the light on. That is not ALR, folks. ALR is just because it's black. It absorbs a lot of light. It absorbs some of the ambient light that's coming at it. But 2 things are happening here. So there's absorption. But the other thing is that you've got the ambient light and the projector light fighting for the same space. And when the ambient light gets up to a certain level, the projector light is going to fail unless you're using, and this is another key takeaway, very high lumen projectors. Okay, like 4,300 lumens, 5,000 lumens. So if you've got 4,300 lumens or 5,000 lumens that you're willing to waste all your brightness on this, then have at it. And I know that folks would say, well, wait a minute, that's not his mix. This is as much his mix, guys, as his mix was Crow's. More so. And I would tell you more so because for those of you guys who haven't been following us, but just for the past couple of months, when we started this, the way that we started is we worked with professionals in the optical sciences, started doing some research, realized that projection really all comes down to how does light behave. So we work with people in the optical sciences. Then we work with master mixers. I've got a master paint mixer, and I'm not talking about paint mix for screens. I'm talking about people who mix paint for different types of things, whether it's paint for metal roofing, whether it's paint, and there's all kinds of very technical things that go into roofing, metal roofing paint. There's 3M glass beads that are used, things like that to reflect additional light to keep heat. So we worked with a lot of those folks. And what we came to, what we sought out was what are the different parameters of paint, right? What are the properties of it, and what are its limitations? Which is why we abandoned paint, because we learned that there was only so far that you're ever going to be able to get. This is the best in the form of ambient light that you're ever going to get from a paint. I'll give that much. But that's it. And that is not great. That's why when people get these things home and they look at it compared to if they've been using their projector against a white wall, and then they look at this, they realize very quickly, even though it's pulling up an image, if anybody saw the Chaos boxing video that Crow showed, you could see an image. But I'm telling you, it's like looking at this, okay? Especially if I turn the lights out. It's like looking at that. So you may realize you don't have contrast here, but you also come to realize very quickly how much you lose. And the camera always makes it look a little brighter because it's picking up that light, right? But face to face, you immediately notice just how much of your brightness is gone. just gone. Which is why, once again, full on open light, which is why we went a whole different direction. Because like we told you from the beginning, because paint alone will not get you there. So just know, if it's all important to you that you have this full 180-degree viewing angle, that'd be like trying to watch it from the chair there here. Okay? If it's important to you that you can see it from the side of the room, then that right there is going to be your deal, or you're going to need to go with a lighter gray screen. And you're going to need to control your environment. If you go with this, then you're going to be stuck with a dirty image. Dim, 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 dim. Dim as the person who made it. Or you can elevate yourself to something that's truly advanced. All right, you guys have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.